Okay, hi everybody. So here we are for Science 8B. We are now in Unit 3, and we are still working on our balloon car project. This is our first video, or video 3A for this unit. Okay, let's go ahead and get rolling here. Okay. So here is our background here. We are focusing on Newton's laws in this unit. Newton's laws describe forces and how they impact an object's motion. Newton's second law is often described as the relationship of force, mass, and acceleration, also known as F equals ma. If you apply the same amount of force to two objects of different mass, the object with less mass will have a greater acceleration. Additionally, if you apply different amounts of force to two objects with identical mass, the object that experiences the greater force will accelerate more. Newton's third law describes an interaction between two objects. It states that for every action force, there is an equal and opposite reaction force. For example, object 1 may exert some amount of force on object 2. As a result, object 2 will always exert an equal amount of force on object 1, but in the opposite direction. Now it is time to make improvements on your balloon car by understanding how Newton's laws can be used to make your balloon car go even faster. So in our last set of videos in Unit 2, we mainly focused on friction and how to reduce that. Now we're going to focus on forces and Newton's laws to make the balloon car go faster. Project objective. Use Newton's laws to redesign your balloon car to make it move even faster than it did in Experiment 1 and Experiment 2. Research. Observe the motion of your car. Consider how Newton's second and third laws can be used to make your balloon car move faster. Complete the following tasks before starting your project. So when you're answering these questions, I would recommend writing these down in a notebook instead of just keeping them in your mind, because once you get toward the end of this assignment and the other assignments for Unit 3 video assignments, these will be helpful to look back on. So firstly, identify how Newton's second law applies to the motion of your car. How would a change in mass of your car affect its motion? How would a change in the net force of your car affect its motion? Describe how to use Newton's second law to improve your balloon car and make it faster. So those are some things to think about. Do you want to make your car lighter? Do you want to make it heavier? Do you need to have a different net force? So do you need to blow up the balloon more? Do you need to blow the balloon up less? Those are some things to think about. Describe how Newton's third law explains your car's motion. How could you exert a greater force on your balloon car? Describe how to use Newton's third law to improve your balloon car and make it move faster. Is there a design based on these Newton's laws that would allow your balloon car to move faster? If so, what materials will you need to make those improvements? Lots of things to think about, and remember to write these answers down in a notebook somewhere. Okay, so that was, let me go back one. So that's your research, things that you could have used the information in StrongMind or just researching online in general to help you. So once you completed that research, um, this is just kind of an overview. So take all that research and questions that you answered on the previous slide and kind of put it all together. So what aspects of Newton's second law will help your car move faster? What aspects of Newton's third law will help improve your car? And are there any materials you need to improve? Next steps. Okay, so if you decided you wanted to make improvements to your balloon car, that is going to be your first step. You're then going to do more trials, record data about your car's velocity. You will create a position time graph and a velocity time graph of your data and answer the lab write of questions. So here are the questions you're going to see here. Explain how you can use aspects of Newton's second law to improve your car. Number two, explain how you can use aspects of Newton's third law to improve your car. Number three, after considering Newton's law, what single modification will you make to improve your car? And which law did you use to make this specific improvement on your car? So maybe you want to make your car lighter. Okay, so you'll want to swap out your material for the main body of the car. Which law did you use to make this improvement? Tell me I used Newton's second law or I used Newton's third law. In number four, once again, what materials do you need to improve your car? Maybe instead of using a water bottle, you'll want to use cardboard or something like that. All right, so that's all you need for this first video assignment for Unit 3, mainly just doing the research and answering those questions. If you need anything, feel free to reach out to me.